Good morning from Oslo. So we are packed up, we're ready to go. We spent one night here in Oslo because we're going to Svalbard today because we're getting on the Hurtigruten Svalbard Express. Let's go. The flight to Longyearbyen takes about 3 hours, but it's not your typical journey. As we head north, we'll cross the Norwegian mainland, over the vast Norwegian Sea, and finally arrive at the Svalbard archipelago. If you're lucky with seat placement and clear weather, the views are absolutely incredible. And we're here, we made it to Svalbard. So this is the first polar bear that we spotted. It's at the airport on the belt. It's so cute. Here we are. We walked from our hotel to the city center, which is just a few minutes. Look at the cute houses. They're all the same, like around this wall. They're all the same style, just different colors right here along this row. And then up there, that is to protect, there was avalanche. So that helps the snow. And it looks like that might be a ski lift up there. So there might be skiing right there in the winter. We're gonna go to all these little stores. There's restaurants. Darling town. We just came into town and had lunch here, and it was the most adorable restaurant. So cute, it was great food. And then this is the brewery, and it is open at 4, so we're gonna come back here in a little bit. This is cool. This is what Svalbard looks like in the winter. So it's very common to carry weapons here for the polar bears, which is really a last resort. If you are attacked by a polar bear, but you'll see signs like this throughout because no weapons are allowed. So there's usually, I'll see if they have one, there's usually like a safe where you will lock up your weapon before you go into the store. All right, this is the grocery store. They have a little bit of everything here. I'd say it's more like a Target than a grocery store. And there's different like pieces to it. So this is kind of like the home goods. There's the groceries back there. And then there's the liquor over there. So you do have to have a card. And you are only allowed a certain amount of like hard alcohol to purchase every month, like to purchase at the store, and that goes back to the coal mining days. It's kind of fascinating. It's very different here, very cool, but very different. So we came to the grocery store. I'm just looking around. And it's funny because some things are really, really expensive. And other things that's a small box of cereal. It's like $3.50 American. So it's funny how different things are priced differently. They had sodas over there. A can of soda is 99 cents. And they had beer, like you could buy a 6-pack of beer and it was like $3. So it's just interesting. I love going to a grocery store when we're traveling. Here it is. Here, this is where you will lock up your firearm when you come into the store. And it's like, we're after 4, and it's definitely, the town is kind of coming alive. I feel like there's a lot more people out than there was earlier today. Longyearbyen is a former mining town turned Arctic adventure base, where the streets have no names. They're numbered instead, and where leaving the town without a rifle is prohibited due to polar bear protection laws. This is where Arctic adventure truly begins. So here we are at this Camp Barentz, and we're gonna have dinner here. I guess they have like reindeer stew, and we're gonna hear some stories. I don't know, pretty excited. It's a little chilly out here, not too bad. And you can see there's homes up here. There's a coal mine up there. But we're gonna go in that like yurt thing. But first we're gonna take a look around outside. So they do the dog sled tours here. I've done it in Alaska on the ice, and in Alaska they call this dogs in the dirt. But they do it here. There's the sled, and that's where we're going. And there's a little fire in there. How cute is that?
So that
So
you can,
we got
you don't need to squeeze.
a welcome shot. I don't know what it is. Cute little table in here.
Norwegian spirit. Of course, it's a spirit, so it's 40% of alcohol.
Yes,
It's
it
a
is.
potato liquor with some herbs and spices.
Yeah.
That makes you a little bit warmer for now.
Yeah.
My name is Monica, or you can call me Monica if it's
Another agent that I know.
Okay, so this is our reindeer stew.
Trip. No, like we didn't tell each other anything about it until we were talking about it.
So you're probably wondering how was it? And it was good. I ate most of the carrots out of it, but it's very, very filling. And it is carrots, potatoes, onion, and the broth. And it tastes, if I had to say what it tastes like, I'd say it kind of tastes like corned beef, but it's not shreddy like corned beef. It doesn't shred. It's more like a fillet of beef, but I'd say it tastes more like corned beef. So now we are in this cabin, and this is a replica. I'm gonna step over this. Bartz's cabin, and this is the gentleman who first discovered Svalbard. And at that time it was Spitsbergen, I think is what they called it. But this is the cabin that they lived in, not here in Svalbard, on this little island over here, Nova Zember, which is right there. We got this fantastic story. I'm not going to tell it, but this fantastic story about it. And clearly it's not the same now because they have a TV in here. But this is really cute and quaint. This morning, before we get on our cruise, we took a city tour. And here's a look at the city. And rumor has it that right there, let me see if I can zoom in, that's where Santa Claus lives. Right there. It's the old entrance to the mine, and there's glaciers up there. We came into the church, and like most places here, you have to take your shoes off when you come in, and it goes back to the old coal mining days where the coal miners' boots were dirty, and they've just always kept it. So a lot of the places, the floors are heated. These are probably heated because they're not like super warm, but it's not cold. So we're gonna go upstairs. So this is the church. Pictures of the city. And it's open 24/7. It's used, it's like a meeting place. So there's coffee here. And of course, a polar bear. We'll go up to the altar. It's really pretty in here. Said there's no church service this Sunday. Wow. It's really pretty in here. So this is the church. Here we are at the Global Seed Vault. It's tucked in this mountain. So cool. Here we are at the very, very edge of town. And we have the world famous polar bear sign. And we're off. Here's our ship. We're gonna embark. We're gonna go cruising. Okay, this is very different than any other cruise embarkation I've ever done. This cruise ship has a capacity, they'll hold up to 500 people. So it's definitely smaller than any of the cruises that I've done. And this is how we're embarking. So we're saying goodbye to Svalbard. No, I shouldn't say that. We're saying goodbye to Longyearbyen. We have another stop around Svalbard tomorrow. These ladies are doing a polar plunge. Yeah, it's really cold out here. And here's the ship. This is probably the smallest cruise ship I've ever been on. We enter on deck 4, so there's a couple decks below us, and then there's only 9 decks total. But first and foremost, this is a working ship. Are they gonna pull this car on? Oh, if they do, that's gonna be awesome. Oh, I think they're probably telling us to get... No. He is. He is gonna pull that car on. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That car on board. What's he doing? He's not doing anything. Oh. Nope. But that's where they put the cars on. Oh. So like I said, first and foremost, this is a working ship. Hurtigruten was really started by moving mail and moving cargo through the fjords and through Norway. So this is where they load all of the stuff on. The food is all fresh here. So they brought on supplies and they dropped off supplies here on board. And there she is. The last few people are coming on. Oh, 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 oh. He made it, he got it. And there we go. Okay, so, oh look, okay, so the car goes down. That before. That's pretty cool. And off we go.
From the stadium, there's like little stands.
Saying goodbye to Svalbard.
She's got her in the stadium looking out.
Good.